Welcome back to Inside Tennessee. Our guest this morning, the Democrat hoping to be the next U.S. Senator from the state of Tennessee, replacing outgoing Senator Lamar Alexander. Marquita Bradshaw, our guest. Don Bosch, you have the floor. I can't hear Don. Are you coming in now? Try one more time.
All right. Okay, are we in, John?
You're good.
I can hear you now.
Great. So, Marquita, I want to hit some high spots, please, that are very topical with the Senate. And the Senate, being a very unique institution, certainly as it relates to the House of Representatives, have a lot of special responsibilities. First, the Supreme Court. Should Trump go ahead and appoint someone now and have this current Senate ratify or confirm it, or should that wait for the next president, be it Trump or Biden, and the next Senate, which will be sworn in on January 3rd?
It should be based on the precedent where the next president get to decide.
So then let's take another issue that's very important, the filibuster rule. The Senate has been a bit more of a civil body, so to speak, because it would take 60, with the exception of judges, 60 senators to agree to pass legislation. There's much talk now about removing the filibuster rule all the way across the board, so it only takes a simple majority. There is some chance that the Democrats will again gain that majority. How do you feel about removing the filibuster rule?
The filibuster rule is a way that was put in order to level the playing field for a minority party. And so I'm careful about saying removing the filibuster rule because the minority party should still have some input in the process.
And last, and sort of tying back into the Supreme Court, do you believe that if Donald Trump appoints and rushes through an appointee during the last days of his term, should he be beaten in November, do you think the Supreme Court should be expanded to equal out the sort of ideological balance that might be there?
Well, if he rushes through, that is upsetting the balance. And then that means that when come January the 3rd, when there is a Democratic Senate installed, then we will work to raise the limit of Supreme Court justices. And I do include myself in that.
Susan, go ahead.
Very good.
Yeah, Marquita, I was involved in the Republican primary Senate race, went statewide with the candidate I was supporting. And one of the things we heard a lot in rural West as well as rural East is concerns about illegal immigration. Do you have a stance on that? Do you think we need to give amnesty to everyone? Do you think we need stricter, regulations on in illegal coming in? Where are you on that? Just kind of give me an overview.
Well, first of all, when you talk about people coming to this country to escape tyranny and violence and looking for better opportunities, they are coming here for a purpose. And we should have clear pathways for people to be able to become citizens. And as talking to people across the state of Tennessee, they don't share those values that you just mentioned, or even refer to people as being illegals. That is, you should not criminalize immigration. It is not criminal for people to look for a better opportunity, especially if we are the beacon of the world. You can go to my website, marquitabradshaw.com, to learn more about an immigration policy that includes dignity and respect.
Okay, so does that mean you would be forgiving the current folks that are here not legally? Would you give them amnesty? Would you try to pass that if you were in the Senate?
You can go to the website and look at marquitabradshaw.com to see how we can have a clear pathway for citizenship for people that are already here, and also look at some of the things that I've talked to with farmers about what they need as far as guest worker passes and different things like that. And so the way you're talking about immigration is not what I've heard from people on the trail for Tennessee, and that's not what they want.
I guess you and I are talking to different people.
Yeah, Ms. Bradshaw, I wanted to follow up on kind of the person that you would be working most closely with in the state of Tennessee, and that would be Senator Marsha Blackburn. Both of you have talked about expanding broadband internet access and that it's necessary in the state of Tennessee. Is that one issue in which you agree? Is that fair to say? And are there any others?
That is one thing that we agree upon, is that the expansion of broadband is necessary for everybody in Tennessee, because right now you have places that cannot participate in having jobs because they don't have broadbands, especially in a pandemic. There are probably other things that we probably do agree on when it comes to clean air, clean water, and clean soil, because that's everything that everybody needs. You can't have a polluted place to live in. We agree on those, and we also agree on every child should have high quality education, no matter what zip code that they are, and that our educational system should be funded the same as our military.
Does that
you would
mean
change that in the federal budget. Susan, I'm going to give you one more question, and Don,
okay.
we have about 2 minutes left. Go ahead, Susan.
Okay, just listening to you talking about education, have you supported vouchers or equal ESAs that we have in Tennessee, education savings accounts? Have you been a proponent of that? I know a lot of the community has been. Just like to know where you stand on vouchers.
The vouchers was something that was illegally pushed through the Tennessee State House. You should not take public funding for a private institution.
So Marquita, you and I agree on that for certain, because I've been opposed to it, and I know Susan has been a proponent of it since really its inception. But I'm curious, and a simple question I think that would help me. I know what my grade would be, but how would you grade the Donald Trump presidency over the last 4 years, A through F?
A D.
You're more forgiving than I am, so good.
Ms. Bradshaw,
why would you say that, Marquita?
30 seconds left. What is the one thing that you hope people take away from you and your candidacy heading into Election Day?
Well, I'm not a millionaire. And so I knew that in order for me to run for U.S. Senate, that I was going to have to work hard to reach people across this whole state. And that's what I've been doing, to make sure that I include voices from communities that have normally been left out. Tennessee is not a red state. We are a non-voting state. We rank 49th as far as how many people vote in our state. And this is the opportunity for those voices to come into the process and participate fully, because now we have a representative, that myself, Marquita Bradshaw, that will serve hardworking families. And that's why this is so exciting.
Ms. Bradshaw, we are grateful for your time, and best of luck in the campaign. Again, we wish you well and hope to see you back here on Inside Tennessee at some point in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're back with our talk around right after this.